All right.
Okay, we're there, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
I am good. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you guys. I know that normally this time of year we're like getting ready to make the trek over to Mum's and
I know.
get to be in person, but this is definitely a really awesome close second for what we can do in COVID.
I know. It's so crazy to think that we're not going to be together for the holidays this year. Like,
yeah.
I know, it's so sad. I'm wondering if anybody else is kind of having different plans this year for their family. Like, if you are, can you drop some sort of like sad face or like a thumbs up or something like that? Like, if this isn't what you guys are, it's not your typical. I am looking to see on my phone to see where we've got for comments. Here we go. It's so good to this is what you guys are.
Oh, see, you got.
I know. I'm sorry. Here we go. I had to turn my volume off. Takes me a few minutes.
It's that grit. It's that Harrison grit.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, 3 lives. Was that what we said, Beth? 3 lives? 4 lives. 3 lives.
3
lives. 3 days. That's what it is.
Time's a charm,
It's
Sarah.
impressive.
I'm glad you're on this one. I said 3rd time's a charm. Glad you're on this one and not the first one.
I really appreciated the take 1 and take 2. Those were my favorites. And I really appreciated that they were happening in front of those fun Zoom backgrounds where like,
yeah,
weathermen in front of the
We really appreciated that too. Yeah, that was really fantastic. So it looks like we have a couple people joining us. So if you're here, go ahead and drop us a heart, drop us a like, a thumbs up, something along those lines so we know that you're here and in. And then Sarah, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you do, and then we'll jump into our lightning round.
Ooh, yay. All right. Well, so I am an independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay. I am currently what they call a red jacket, which means that I am starting to build leadership within the company. And so I have currently 4, but after our interview tonight, it's going to be 5 active team members. I have a new team member that just joined, and she wanted to start her business off with a fundraiser and did it in 24 hours. It was amazing.
Wow.
So she like met her goal within 24 hours. And once we get off this interview, I'm going to go help her put in her first order and get her activated. She's awesome. All of my teammates are fantastic. But that has given me a chance to kind of see some different leadership opportunities within the company. And so I am on the road to DIQ, which means director in qualification, which means just that I have more active teammates and am able to help them grow their businesses as well, which is just, Mary Kay is all about empowering women and just enriching women's lives. So the fact that, I'm here and doing this right now is really kind of blowing me away, but I'm just so excited to be a part of it and to be here and talking to you guys about it.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So we wanted to have you on as our initial interview because not only are we family, but also because you have been really supportive of us as we've been going through our own entrepreneurial journey. And so we wanted our initial interview to be with you as like a big shout out and a big thank you. And I guess now we're going to zap you. We're ready.
You guys are amazing. Well, but hold on before you zap you, because I was thinking about that tonight. I was like, thinking about just kind of my journey and how I got here. And I was like watching you two, like watching Beth and Sue, who are, we're family and we watch each other on social media and keep up and whatnot anyway, but watching you all start your business and then COVID hitting and everything in the world just completely rearranging, and watching you all have that Harrison grit and saying, we're going to learn how to live in this new way and new lifestyle, like really gave me the courage to start all of this, because I've been watching you guys. So thank you for having me, because really it goes both ways. I think the world of both of you and just think you're awesome and amazing. So
oh, we love you too.
I love you too. All right, zap me. Go.
All right. Don't think that means we're going easy on you with these lightning questions.
That's fine. Okay, hold on. I gotta get my thinking face on. All right, I'm ready.
All right. Pizza or macaroni and cheese?
Wait, what was it?
Pizza or macaroni and cheese?
Pizza.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
Grottos.
Yes.
Brownie batter or cookie dough?
Both.
Not an option.
Oh man, cookie dough, because I don't have to make it. I can just rip it out of the package and eat it in the squares.
Yeah, actually when they started selling like the tubs of like edible cookie dough, it's like the best thing ever.
Right? Just a spoon and The Crown or Game of Thrones, like whatever you want to just sit and binge watch is amazing.
Yeah. All right, ready? Here's my 2.
Okay.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Laptop or tablet?
Laptop.
I agree. Yeah. Okay. You got 2 more.
Okay.
Curbside grocery or go in and shop?
Ooh. Go in and shop. And I'm going to say this because I've been quarantined since December 1st. And yesterday was my first day in a Target. And it was great. So even though I appreciate the convenience, I'll never take Target for granted again. I'll never take like walking with my shopping cart for granted ever again.
Mascara only or full face?
Oh, I know where this is coming from. Okay. I'm gonna. I feel like I have to say full face because.
I mean, I'm the best, and that's what I like.
But no, because I don't just do mascara. I also do the under eye corrector, and I feel like that's more than just mascara, right? So I feel like I have to say full face, even though that's only 2 products. But
I think that's more mascara only.
It is.
is it?
Yeah.
I mean, is doing a really good job of making it sway her way.
Don't worry, I'm keeping points. So it's
Okay.
fine.
I mean, I like a good full face too, but when I'm like in a rush. just put
Right.
on
No,
mascara and you're-
okay. But yeah, but I literally, before we got on here, as I was putting on my eyebrows, what you didn't see was the 4 minutes leading up to that I was putting on my 5-minute face. So I think I'm going to go full face. Sorry.
Almost had her.
Hi,
I moved on to the
Emily.
next question.
All right. Yes. All right. Sugar cookie or gingerbread cookie?
Oh, sugar.
Yeah.
Yum with the icing.
Yeah, definitely. Podcast or video? Like, which one do you want to?
Why is that hard? Video.
Video?
Yeah. I love podcasts, but I think at the end of the
How's
day.
your podcast going? Aren't you doing a podcast?
So it is in the works. We had like round 1 started, and then it got a little crazy and insane. And we were like, okay, we need to kind of like regroup and refocus and not have it at my house because my dogs go insane and derail the whole entire thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's like the Weimaraner and the Husky come running in and like slam into the dining table. And that's what's holding up all of the equipment. And so everything starts going like this.
Oh, very interactive then.
Yeah, it's like, what are they? The like 4D rides at Disney World where like all of a sudden you're like, earthquake.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get water with the drool. So that's fantastic.
Yes. See, we're really just bringing, technology into 2020.
All right. So we, for people who are just joining us, we talked about how Sara is a Mary Kay beauty consultant and she's got her red jacket. And so one of the things that we wanted to know about is why did you choose Mary Kay over any of the other multi-level marketing makeup companies that are there?
Well, so I will start by saying that I actually got into this not even considering other beauty MLMs because I wasn't expecting to do this in the first place. Like I knew that I loved Mary Kay products. I had used them before previously. And I don't know about y'all, but when I had to start looking at my face every day on Zoom and finding every nook, cranny, crease, bag I could find, I was like, all right, we need some skincare because this is what my 30s look like. And I need to take care of this. And so I went to a party and, it was hosted by a good friend of mine, and both of us had used the products before, and we knew that we would get results because we knew we had used it and we knew we liked it. I just, I used it when I was in my early 20s and my skin bounced back really quickly, and I took that for granted. And so when the option was presented of like, you can be a discount user and get your product for 50% if you join the team, and you don't have, there's no selling quotas, there's no territories, there's no deadlines, there's no nothing. You just have to place an activating order and then you have your discount for an entire year. And I was like, I was raised to appreciate a good coupon.
Truth.
And I'm not stupid. I know that skincare that I want to buy is well over what I would spend to just sign up. And so I was like, okay, well, it took me a little while to get into it and to like really say, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it for the discount. And then all of a sudden I found myself invited by my director to Lewis, were we in Lewis or were we in Dewey? At the beach, Lewis, at a beach house one weekend. I got invited because the girls just wanted me to come see what this whole process could look like, what my business could look like if it was something I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I went in because I was really excited and I was like, beach weekend, I can't wait, woo. And I didn't know these girls from Adam, but I got there and all of a sudden it was like the world is your oyster. What do you want out of your business? Mm-hmm. Do you want to just be a discount user? Do you want to make a little extra cash on the side? Do you want to make this a side hustle? Or do you see this like launching into a career one day? And every single woman at the beach house was willing to give me their marketing plan, was willing to give me Google Docs and Google folders and like, here's some, things that you can try. And this worked for my business, but it might work better for you. Or like, this didn't work for me, but it might work for you. And, here's my number. Call me if you need me. And I had never felt that way in my entire life, like in a room full of women who just wanted to support me and see me be successful no matter what that choice looked like. And so that first weekend just blew me away. Like I couldn't believe it. But then once I got into it and started looking at it, Mary Kay's number one rule is God first, family second, career third. And so that for me was really important because I need balance in my life. Well, there's so much extra stuff out there in the world that if I don't take control over the balance and putting my faith and my family first, it's really easy for me to put 150% into my career and not pay attention to the things that I really need to pour into first. So having that motto was really important. And then on top of that, I found out that Mary Kay is the only MLM where you make 50% profit on every single purchase immediately. It doesn't go to corporate. They don't cut you a check and then it comes back. There's none of that. It comes directly to you first and foremost. And then the other 50% goes back to the company when you process an order. And so at first I was like, well, that's great and fantastic. But then I really got to sit down and look at a marketing plan actually the other night with one of our national sales directors. Her name is Stacy James. And she drew a dollar bill and split it down the middle. And she was like, this is your 50%. And then this is the other 50% that goes to the company. But Mary Kay doesn't just stop at that 50%. Like Mary Kay Ash wanted to give women a foothold in corporate America. And she wanted it to specifically serve women by selling makeup, not selling makeup with women, if that makes sense. It was really important for her to put that empowering women at the forefront. And so in order to empower her employees, she said, okay, here's your 50% and here's the company's 50%. But let's say you want to earn a car. That comes out of the company's 50%. So you get a little bit more into the 60 range. And then let's say you earn bonuses for adding team members. That's going to come out of the company's 50% again. Let's say you earn a national trip. Let's say you go on the conference. Let's say you win jewelry. I've won jewelry. I've won prizes and things like that. That all comes out of the company's 50%. So when you really look at it, it's not 50-50. It's more like 79-21. And that's amazing to me to think that this company was built on the sake of multiplication, not addition. It's not just about like, let me grab a person, let me sell you a lipstick, let me sell you a mascara. It's about creating something that, has a really strong foundation. So
I have to say though, I do love my Mary Kay mascara and my Mary Kay lipstick. So it's working.
I'm really glad. I wore this one tonight because I was like, Sue needs to know about it. This is the like hot pink mascara. It's my favorite thing. The mascara is not hot pink, but it comes in a hot pink bottle.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
I don't know. I used to wear purple mascara when I was younger. Used to love it. Used to rock out the purple mascara. So great.
Is that the 80s or the 90s?
90s, early 2000s and 90s.
Oh, early 2000s. What a time.
Right? What a time.
Like ice blue eyeshadow.
Well,
And
I managed to stay away from the ice blue. Thank God. That I managed to miss all of that. But I definitely
didn't.
Yeah, neither did I. And like the glitter, very glittery, and the white eyeliner.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
That was a great time.
I felt great.
When I was in college, it was the like dark lip line and then like the metallic lipstick like inside.
Yes.
And you have to have like massive lips to pull that look off, because if you have no lip, it just disappears.
You know what I'm really glad is normal again? Eyebrows. I'm really glad having regular eyebrows is okay, because I remember like mom would have killed me if I had ever plucked my eyebrows. But I remember walking into like 8th grade algebra and one of my girlfriends would have like drawn up. And everybody was like, oh my God, like, where did you get your eyebrows done? And I was like, I'm over here with these caterpillars. And now I look back and I'm like, thank God I had caterpillars.
Just wiggling right along.
Right. Just like inching along. Oh gosh.
So on your whole journey, what are some lessons that you've learned moving through this whole thing? Like, it's so amazing that the way that Mary Kay supports you, and that is very different from any other makeup MLM that I've heard about. And it's really just actually quite amazing. So what's some things that you've learned, some lessons that you've learned, some like snafus that you've
I have definitely hit my fair share of snafus. I hit a snafu daily because that's just life. But a couple of the things that I've kind of gleaned as I've gone through are one of our national sales directors, Cindy Williams. She says, POC, piece of cake. And it's like, it doesn't matter what's in front of you. It's a piece of cake. Because as soon as you look at it as impossible, you're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to get done. And then my other favorite is the kiss, like, keep it simple, sweetie. Because it's so easy to try and overcomplicate something. And, like, oh, I want to do this. But like, well, I'll give you an example. We just did a fundraiser for our entire unit. We got together. Oh, hello, sweet girl. Hi, Lily. We just did a fundraiser for women in domestic violence, or women in shelters from domestic violence and human trafficking. And so at first, as we were putting our heads together and trying to figure out like what this was going to look like, we had to really keep coming back to like, we need to keep it simple, and we need to make sure that like the heart of the fundraiser and the goal of everything is that we are serving these women who have been in these situations. And so making sure to like keep that perspective. I feel like both of those are very, Pinterest inspirational board, but at the end of the day, I like I said, I've never been in this kind of positive work environment before. And I'm not saying that, other work environments have necessarily been toxic, but there's levels of competition, and there's levels of just that competition is kind of like ingrained sometimes in certain workplaces, and or just certain like areas of different corporations across America and different areas of careers.
And you guys hear that banging? That's my children making cookies upstairs. Can you hear that? It's very, very loud.
Well, when you're trying to kill the cookie dough so it won't jump off of the pan.
It's working. They've definitely killed it. It's dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They wanted to make sure it was DED dead.
successful.
Yes. So yeah, I think I don't know. What are we talking about technology?
I think depending upon where you work, like it is that whole thing about like climbing the corporate ladder and you've got to get to the top. And especially as a woman, like it's way different, like it's a double proving yourself.
Yes. And
And
it goes both ways because it's not just proving yourself in your corporation. It's also like, depending on how, okay, how do I want to frame this? I'm a high school band director. I love being a high school band director. I love my colleagues. They think they're wonderful and they're fantastic. But it's really interesting to me how if you're trying to climb and be successful, it's like, you can be seen as manipulative, or you can be seen as like, well, you had these other people to like help you get ahead. But if you are on the flip side and you're trying to call it out and call out the levels of like, the levels of toxicity or the levels of negativity, then it becomes a like, oh, like feminist. And it's not a feminist thing. It's just, it doesn't matter what side on the road you're on. There's just this competition energy about it. And that is really, really hard. It's really hard to try and balance and to know, who am I speaking to? What side of the fence are they on? Oh, I hope I don't make a mistake or do anything like that. And the fact that, I just got to go to a beach house and walk into a room and all of these women were like, we're so excited. You just started your business. How can we help you? And I was like, me?
right.
Want to help me? And one of those girls has become, incredibly helpful. We see each other at Zoom meetings and whatnot. We've never hung out before, but she is the first person that I know I can call if there's an inventory shortage. She's the first one to say like, hey, don't worry, I've got your back. Like, let me send that product to your customer. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. And that just doesn't always happen, just in corporate America, period. So.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting too, because I think sometimes women are worse. Like sometimes they're just meaner, so that's a whole nother dynamic, right? Like,
yep.
It's so crazy. Like if the whole point is to like help each other and bring people up, and then why are we taking all this time to tear people down and make them feel bad about themselves just to make yourself feel better? I could go on forever. Like it just drives me insane.
No, okay. So I just sat in a training with the woman I was talking about earlier, Stacey James Jacobs. Oh, I'm going to be a horrible person for not knowing this, but I just sat in on a training with her literally a couple of nights ago. And my friend Kristen, who you guys have met her at like family functions, Kristen was supposed to be able to be at the training as well. Something came up and I was like, I'll send you notes. Don't worry about it. And so it starts, and the woman who's introducing Stacey is singing her praises, and then Stacey is singing the praises of the woman who introduced her. And then Stacey starts talking about like all of these, it was like an inspirational Pinterest board. Like it was all of these positive things. And at first I was sitting there and I was like, why is this? Like, to me, I was expecting a marketing plan or a business plan or like, teach me how to use something. And at first I was like, I'm not really getting anything out of this. Like I can go on Pinterest and I can find inspirational things on my own. And then she said, when I started Mary Kay, I was a teacher and I was making $11,000 a year. I was driving a car with a hole in the floorboard. And every time I drove my car, because of the friction and the hole and everything, like how overheated my car would get, my shoes would melt to the pedals every time I drove. And when she first signed her check to like sign up, she told the woman that she was signing up for, she was like, do not cash this yet because I don't have money in my account, but I'm giving it to you as a promissory note. And then she had this same experience where she had been a teacher and she had, just been living the career of an educator. And then she walked into her first conference and she was like, what is happening? Like, why is everyone smiling all the time? And why is everyone so positive? And why is there this like uplifting, empowering attitude everywhere I look. Like, are these women fake? And then all of a sudden it hit her that she had never been in a positive work environment before. She had never been a part of a community of women or anybody, but she had never been a part of a community where people were constantly looking at, like, how can I lift you up? How can I help you? And really looking at what it actually means to be a part of a community. We operate Mary Kay out of the golden rule. If you are a customer of another consultant, it is not a matter of like, oh, you can just go to another consultant and get your product. Like, we honor our other sisters and make sure that like we can help serve you by making sure that you are still staying with your consultant. And that just, when she said that, like, I had never been in a room full of like, I had never been in this like positive work environment before, I was like, oh my gosh. Because that's exactly what was kind of going through my mind. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the people that I work with, but there's a lot of stressors in the performing arts world, in education, especially in education and the performing arts world right now with COVID. Our lives are completely turned upside down and backwards and right side up again. And so it just blew me away that like this existed. I couldn't believe it. And it wasn't until Stacy said something about it that I was like, I just had that moment of like, oh, you're right.
Oh, I feel the same way. I've been there. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to find a really like good place. It's hard to find a good place. Lily, do you have a question for cousin Sarah?
Giraffe. Yeah.
Giraffe.
Yeah. Training the next generation of women entrepreneurs.
Yep. Right there. Right here.
Okay, so we also wanted to know, what is the most important makeup tip that you've got?
Ooh, okay. My number one makeup tip is not about makeup at all. Your makeup game will never be a 10 if your skincare game is a 0. Like, if you are not taking care of the skin that you're in, it doesn't matter what you slap on top of it. That is a cosmetic. It's not going to matter, because you have to make sure that you're taking care of the canvas that you're painting on every day, period. So if your skincare is, taking care of, you've got to have a cleanser. So you've got to have something to wash your face, girl. And then a moisturizer to make sure that what you are, after you have cleansed, you're then going back in and conditioning your face. And then my top tip is, you can't sleep in your makeup, because guess what? It increases your aging by 7 days. So sleeping in your makeup one day ages you 7 days.
Oh,
a week.
Wow.
That is too much. And not to mention, there are these little bugs called eye mites. It's gross and disgusting, and they like to munch on old mascara. So wash your face, girl. Take off your makeup.
That's great.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, I think that that's probably my best tip, because after that, like, you can, whatever you want to wear, go for it, but make sure you're taking care of your skin. It's the largest organ on your body, and you've got to make sure you're taking care of it. I mean, but your dad and my mom have both had run-ins with melanoma. I mean, we know that impact in our family specifically. So you've got to take care of your skincare for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
Beth, anything you want to ask?
Let me think. What's something that you wish you had known when you started that you know now? Like some kind of advice or something you could give yourself.
I think it would probably, I think part of it would be getting over no sooner. As an independent consultant, there's a lot of putting yourself out there, and it feels at first like people are saying no to you. And so there's this wall of like, if I don't ask, then they can't say no. But in reality, if you don't ask, the answer is already no.
Mhm.
You can't get a yes if you don't ask. And so if you get a no, one of my consultants was telling me a couple of months ago, and a couple of months ago, I started this 3 months ago, which is crazy. But one of my fellow consultants said, it's not no, it just means on. You just turn it around. So take your no, flip it around, it means on, move on. Because someday that person who said no to you could need something and could remember that this was something that you did. And so it's not a matter of like, don't lay down and, feel your feelings forever and feel like you can't do it. You just have to get out there and realize that it doesn't mean that they're saying no to you. But if you don't ask, if you don't take that chance, then the answer is already no.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree. I like to think of it as like a not yet. Like we haven't, like it hasn't happened yet. Like not yet.
Yes.
So I like to think of it in that way. And I think for me personally, like for Beth and I, as we've been going through all of this, like the more I just do the thing, the more I think about the next thing to do. And the more I think, oh, I really shit the bed on that one. Like should have done it this way. Like, right. So, but I think it's that idea of just that whole thought process of like action creates clarity, and you just keep going, and it eliminates that whole analysis paralysis, and you just keep trucking forward. But I agree. I think that's the thing that is the hardest to just keep going,
Right. Well, and because it's so like, all right, I've spoken it out into the universe, and I've said it on this interview now that like my goal for January 1st is DIQ. So like, this is one of those moments where like, no is not an option. It's one of those, like, we've got to take it, and we've got to have the power of yet. So that part of sharing the opportunity, that's part of our job in Mary Kay. If we didn't share the opportunity, then it's not a matter of, I've got to go out there and I've got to find people. It's a matter of if I'm not sharing the opportunity, I'm taking it away from someone. That opportunity to make 50%, that opportunity to earn a free car. Guys, I am on track to earn a car.
Yay!
Like
that's awesome.
I have been doing this, I've been doing this for 2 months. So it's, I don't know what else to say other than like, I was given the gift of somebody like laying everything out on the table for me and saying like, hey, the worst thing that happens is you spend $30 to sign up. You spend $30 and you get 50% off your skincare for a year. It's the worst thing that can happen. And then the best thing that can happen is it changes your life. And that's exactly what happened. I was talking to my director, and she was like, well, since you're on track for, like your car, when you earn your car, not if, when, and that's phenomenal. Also, all of the prizes in Mary Kay, whether it's a car or a ring or a diamond pin or jewelry, whatever it is, you have an option to take cash instead. So there is like the amount of opportunities that are out here with Mary Kay are phenomenal. And so if I'm not sharing those opportunities, I'm taking them away from somebody else who could really use them. So yeah, I think that's what's so cool and empowering. Like 50% off your skincare, maybe you're in a car. It can happen.
That should have been our lightning round. Skincare or car. That should have been.
Right? I know. At first I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't really need a car. And I was like, but I could have a car.
Right.
Right. Cindy Williams she's my like head honcho lady. She's like her team is the Victory family. And she's actually direct lineage to Mary Kay Ash. Like she signed up under somebody who directly signed up under Mary Kay Ash, which is really cool. And so Cindy was telling us she's retiring at the end of the year. Her retirement, first of all, she can keep the car, or they take their average salary, and then that's what they get for the rest of their life. you know what her average salary is a month?
Mm-mm.
20 grand.
Damn. How long has she been doing this?
Let's see, she signed up when she was 25, I think. And Mary Kay does have like a retirement age. It is the policy that like once you hit your year of being 65, that is your year that you retire. But like that retirement package is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
But she did say, she was like, but I have to turn my car in. And now I have to pay car insurance, because Mary Kay pays your car insurance when you have a company car. They pay your car insurance, they pay your title and tag, they pay your your taxes on it, like the whole 9 yards. And she was like, oh, I have to go get car insurance? Like, what is this? I was like, you're like, if that is the worst of your worries,
Right.
right now,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Like, I can hang in until 65. That's fine. Like, take my money.
Right. Ready. Right? God, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So the last thing we wanted to ask, unless Beth, you've got something else, is what's one tech tip that you could share with somebody who is a small business owner that's, I don't know, maybe 6 months or less in, like what's something that they should be doing, or some hack or some sort of, I don't know, tech that you could share?
There is always some kind of technological answer to your problem somewhere out there. So first of all, don't be afraid to search. Somebody somewhere has thought of something that will help you. So I've learned a ton about, I got lucky being a teacher ahead of time and having gone through all of our training with Google over the last 5 years. So using a Google form and then creating a spreadsheet out of it, and then being able to compile that data so that way I have it right there and can look it up is really helpful. But also there's always something out there that will make your life worth it and will be worth the investment, even if you have to, pay for it. I have just gotten into an app called Vixer, and it's a video editing app.
Oh.
So like you can splice together a video for marketing, you can add music, you can, do all of the things with it. And so I just got into that. And that way I can actually let, the girls on my team kind of use my account as well. And that way I'm helping them. And then there's an app called Post My Party, which you guys actually, this might be in your realm of territory, where basically I can run multiple Mary Kay parties at one time. So I plug in all of my things for a Mary Kay party. So skincare information, 5-minute face, mascaras, anything that is posts, different posts.
Mm-hmm.
Plug all of those posts in, hit a button, and those posts all go to these 8 different parties, but they all get scheduled at one time. So what used to take me forever to okay, I've got to hit this person's group and this person's group and my personal group and all of these other things, now it just puts it all out at one time in place. So, and then when I go live, I'm live in multiple places. So
Nice.
Awesome.
yeah, so you might want to check that out, because you might be able to use it for all of the different things in the world.
Yeah, we are big fans of pre-scheduling. We pre-schedule all of our Facebook and Instagram posts. We use actually the publishing tool right there on Facebook through Creator Studio, and we pre-schedule everything. I pre-schedule our IGTV videos. After this interview, we'll download this and then I'll pre-schedule that to go out. I'm going to actually use iMovie and splice together our 3 iterations of the book party and end with a little bit of this as well. So people can see from -1,000 all the way to 2, right? They can see the journey as we're getting better.
Yeah, progress.
Right, progress, not perfection.
It's a journey, not a destination.
Right, it is, which is so frustrating for me, because I like the destination. I want to get to the freaking tropics. I don't want to ride the plane. I don't care about the plane ride. I just want to get there. I want to be there.
I think that's a family quality for sure, because I think every single woman in our family has that same. You just let me be there.
Right. And feed me. Let me get there, and don't forget to feed me.
Yeah. And if we're in the tropics, I would like for you to bring me like a poolside margarita and endless chips and salsa.
All right.
Right.
Until I leave.
Keep them coming. Just keep them coming.
And then bring me to go ones for on the plane ride back.
Right.
Yeah, 100.
I don't think I have it. I don't know if there's anything else we want to talk about, Beth. Was there, like, we wanted to?
I think we covered it all. I think we just wanted to end with 2 more lightning questions.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Keep you on your toes. Okay.
I do like
Lily
that.
is like really struggling with all of her stuff right now.
I know. Lily has so
Can I
many
ask a question? Because I have not done a like Zoom to Facebook Live before, because this is really interesting to me. I'm learning here. So how do you have this set up? And like, do you see, like, do you have a second screen that you're kind of monitoring what it looks like over in Facebook world? Are you seeing like questions as they come in? How does all of that work for you?
So on your Zoom, in that bottom section where it says more is where you click on and it'll say stream to Facebook. Like, you've just fixed your advanced settings, and I can show you that offline, but you click your advanced settings to go to all the different places that you can stream. And then in more, it'll say stream to Facebook, and then you pick where you want it to stream, like to your personal page or to a page that you manage. I don't know if you could stream into your Facebook group. I don't know if that's an option or not. It probably depends upon what you have hooked up already, right?
Yeah.
And then there's that crazy 15-second delay, which is super awful.
Maddening.
Tip number 1, make sure the volume on your phone is off and the video volume is off, because otherwise you get stuck in this like crazy
The
loop.
infinite reverb. Yes,
Yes.
because we had that, because I was watching one day and Beth was like, I can only hear you. It's like stuck.
Right.
Reverb feedback is great.
My biggest tip is to turn the video sound off on your phone, because we have Facebook streaming through, like I'm looking at it on my phone instead of on my laptop, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but I
Because
think that's how
you can't see the comments on Zoom. So you have to have something else logged into Facebook so that you can watch the live and comment on the comments. So like I had it on my Chromebook last time. I've got it on my phone this time.
Yeah.
So,
and then when you're done streaming, you just go back to more on your Zoom and you click end live stream.
Okay.
And that just kind of closes everything down.
Yeah.
All right, here's my last lightning round question. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Emails. Do you sort them into those little filing cabinets or do you hoard them all in your inbox?
I'm a hoarder.
me too.
I wear it with pride. You have no idea how badly I want to be that person who sets it all up and does that, but I could really shame myself right now and tell you how many emails are saved. So I had this really weird, remember when the update for iPhone came out over the summer and like a bunch of people's iPhones just like died. Like they turned off and they wouldn't turn back on again. That happened to mine. And so
God.
I had to go get a new phone. And when I did, my personal Gmail and my work email I could get back into, but my college email, they had changed domains and I couldn't access that domain anymore to get back in. And so I just finished going through, like jumping through the hoops of talking to IT from my college, being like, I'd really like to have access to this email again. Because I had it for my Netflix account and my Hulu account and my Disney Plus. And so anytime that something happened and I needed to like log back in or reset a password, it'd be like, we sent it to your email. No, I don't have access to that. So I just got back into it and linked all 3 emails up. Have not had this email open since July, y'all. It is so bad. I think maybe that'll be a project for over winter break, is to just go through. I'm not going to read anything. I'm just going to delete.
Yeah, I know. That's how I used to be really good. My personal email has always been to just read it.
Yeah.
Move on. Right. My work email, I used to have all the folders and I used to do a really good job of moving my stuff over and like organizing it so I could find things. Then I took this new role and like I get like 400 emails a day. Like I get so many emails, like I can't even read them all.
Me too. Guys, you would be amazed how many stupid fundraiser emails you get on a daily basis as a band director and choral director. And sometimes it's companies who like don't realize you're the same person for both positions. So they send you and they're like, dear Missouri, bring your band to Paris. It's like, there is a pandemic. I'm not bringing the band nowhere. And then they're like, you should bring your choir. Like, go away. So yeah, I my average a day is like 150 emails.
Yeah, I mean, it gets so bad that sometimes by the end of the day, when I still have like 300 unread, I just mark them all as read and move on.
Yeah. Which really makes me think about like marketing for like your business, like marketing for your, like, you know, marketing for Two Paper Sisters or marketing for Mary Kay. It's like, I can't just rely on sending out an email because I'm not reading my emails. So why would I expect anybody else to? Like, what do I do on a daily basis? I try to go to sleep and I end up watching like Reels or TikTok for, you know, like 30 minutes. Like, oh, maybe that's what I need to get into.
Right.
Right. Yeah. That's what we've been talking about too. It's like, could we get better on a schedule of creating reels and pushing them out? The only thing with email is that like, if all of social media like shuts down and your algorithms change again, like you just don't have access to all your people that you've spent all this time building up, you know? So
yeah,
it's like a necessary evil.
That's something I actually need to go do, is go check out the algorithms that I've been working on the last 2 months. I did a Zoom training with a girl who is 25 years old. She has 2 babies under 2, lives out in Kansas. Her husband's in the Army, and she is a pink Cadillac director already. And she kind of did this. She's never done an in-person party.
Wow.
Ever. She has done her business completely online. And so she's like the queen of knowing her algorithms and knowing her just anything and everything with like online parties and online groups. So I'm going to go back and like re-watch that training because I watched it, I think in my, you know, 3rd week of doing this. And so I was just like, wow, she has a pink Cadillac. And I just couldn't absorb everything because you don't know what you don't know, you know, if you haven't experienced it yet. So now that I've kind of been going through and seeing all of this, I'm really excited to kind of revamp it, especially coming into the new year, because people initially are like, oh, it's Christmas. Like there's, you know, like a budget and whatnot, but then people get, you know, money for Christmas going into the new year. Like Mom and Aunt Donna and Michael Ann and I every year, like load up in the car the day after Christmas and like go to Target. Like that's what you do.
Right.
That's the tradition.
Yep.
And so I want to go back and just kind of look at those algorithms and see things, because it's so interesting how all of this like online world works. So
yeah, it's really just changed so
Yep.
much. I almost wonder if like the pendulum is going to it's, you know, in another 20 years it's going to swing and it's going to be like back to like brick and mortar and like retro going shop. Like it's really interesting how all that changes.
Yeah, definitely. And the trends that like come back and forth, and you know, like you see things that kids these days are like doing things that it's like, I used to like the fashion right now. It's like, you're wearing what, like this, like flannel and leggings and a choker. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, did I go to elementary school with you? Like, where did you come from? But it just all comes back full circle. It's so interesting.
Yes, it does.
One of my favorite lines to use to my kids is like, back in the 1900s when I learned to play the piano. The best. So feel free to use that.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Peter's really good at pointing out the fact that I was born in the mid 1900s. I really, really appreciate that.
He's a gem. He really is.
Yes, he's very sweet.
What a guy. This is a peach.
He is.
Yeah, in this side of Virginia, that's where somebody would look at you and go, bless your heart.
Right. Which we all know what that means.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We all know what that means. Does Lily have a pillow now? Is that a pillow and a sleeping bag?
Cozy.
Did I hear Elsa? Is that what just happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Anna.
Oh, I think I'm Anna. I'm very much an Anna.
Yeah.
I have a lot of feelings. and I like to sing.
Yeah. Lily, you have any questions for cousin Sarah?
I can buy a unicorn.
You can buy a unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you buy a unicorn, will you come ride your unicorn over with me, and I'll ride my horse and you can ride your unicorn?
You gonna ride your unicorn with cousin Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Oh, I've got my lightning round question, and then I think we'll wrap it up. So last question before we log off. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
No hesitation.
You don't even need to give a second choice, do you? Like, it's beach all the way, all the way.
So Casey loves the mountains, like, and he grew up in Virginia Beach. And well, I mean, technically he grew up in England and then they moved to Virginia Beach, but he loves living out here in the valley. And don't get me wrong, I love the valley, but at the end of the day, if I can be at the beach, that's where I'm going.
Agreed.
Same.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So Sarah, how can everyone find you if they're interested in signing up with you to either purchase Mary Kay or to become a consultant with you? Like, how can they find you? What's the best way to do that? And then I can also put that into our show notes. That's exciting to say.
Ooh, show notes. So fancy. Are there going to be credits at the end?
Oh.
Let's not get crazy. Like, I'm actually less anxious about closing the live down than I was just yesterday. So I feel pretty good about that.
That's impressive. I know. Don't you hate when you go to hit like finish video and you have like the perfect smile and then you hit it and it doesn't go and then you have to like, what is happening? And the angle
Right.
changes and everybody's looking up your nose and then that's the thumbnail.
Beth has a really great frozen smile because we realized that it like does this like, takes a little while for it to kick on. And
Yep.
so she's right there it is.
Yep. Every day, every time. Same thing. Oh, you just asked me a question.
How can they find you?
Oh yeah. How can you find me? Absolutely. So on Instagram, my handle is at SMURRY002. And that profile is public, so you can hit me up anytime there. And then my Mary Kay website is www.marykay.com/SU Booth, BOOTH. And then I'm also on Facebook. I have a personal customer group on Facebook. If you would like to be a part of that Facebook group, you are welcome to reach out either to me or to Sue or Beth, but that is, it's like a hidden group. So that way it's just like, it's selective to my customers. So you're more than welcome to join a part of it. But I don't think you can search it and find it if you're not an added member.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, we'll put it all up there and then we'll be, people can reach out if they need to get up with you and that'll be all ready.
Thanks.
Any last minute specials for the end of the year or new year?
I still have a ton of like stocking stuffers available for sure. Oh goodness gracious. I like charcoal masks, hydrogel eye patches, all of the good spa things. And currently, right. I can't even remember what my specials are, but be on the lookout. The other day I did a snow day special. That was super fun. So yeah, there's all sorts of possibilities and opportunities. Oh, here's my favorite thing. Can I tell you my favorite thing?
Yes.
Okay. I love a good gift card because who doesn't want to pick out what they want? But I have these super precious, this one's mine personally, travel roll-up bags. You get an empty travel roll-up bag. I'll wrap it up in a bow and make it look really cute. And in the pockets, I can put a gift card in there for you. So you give someone their travel roll-up bag and then they can fill it with whatever they want. Or if they say, I want a gift card and I know they love the charcoal mask, or I know they love the eye patches or something like that, then it's kind of fun to it's like stuffing a stocking. So, which I've also done too. I've been stuffing stockings for clients' husbands to give to their wives, which is super fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Nobody likes being left out. Like when you're the one who arranges the stocking for everyone else and then you don't get one. So yeah, trying to help out in that area this year.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was really, really fun and so great to catch up with you.
Thank you guys
so
so much for having me. I love you guys and appreciate you and love you to the moon and back, but you're just wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks
when
for
you get the
joining.
car, we're having you back on.
No problem. I'll come pick you up in it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And take us to the
And
beach.
then we'll go to the beach.
Yes, eating brownie and cookie batter on the way.
Yes.
Perfect.
That works for me. I don't have a problem with that at all. And you know what? The beach is an outside activity, so we don't have to worry about, pandemics and things like that because we can just be outside,
Right.
socially distanced. It's fine with me.
We're done.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut us down. And then Sarah, if you just stay on the Zoom, you can just stay on the Zoom even though we're closing down the live stream.
Okay.
So
I'll hang out.
bye everybody. Thanks so much for
Bye.
joining
Thanks
us.
for joining.
And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.